There is now public outrage at the Prime Minister as he ditches Brexit Britain in favour of net zero. Okay, this is not personal. It's not about an individual, including Boris Johnson himself. It's about policy and leadership, which goes back, of course, to number 10 Downing Street. Now, over the last few weeks, especially when the escalation continued with all the scandals inside number 10, Prime Minister, with this new project to build back Boris and save his premiership, is to give us some red meat and all these promises. One of them was this. He vowed to unleash benefits of Brexit. We've been waiting since 2016. Well, you might say that fine. We had to wait for a while to actually leave the EU, but then we've been waiting for another couple of years. But then you would say, well, he's been dealing with lockdown. Not necessarily. A lot of these deregulations that he could have done should have been done, even in 2020 and in 2021. He gave us all these promises very recently, over the last few days, saying that, well, we plan to cut £1 billion in red tape to make sure that we create a freer Britain, to bring down the cost of living, to help businesses, small businesses, rather than big business, solely just for the sake of the big lobby. Well, all that is now out the window. You know why? Because by now we have this new agenda, the net zero agenda for 2030, and Boris Johnson is now scrapping his plans to get rid of the EU red tape and bureaucracy, everything they promised only a few days ago to stop the Tory MPs from kicking him out, and everybody was happy. But people were like, well, not everybody, some people waited, said, well, this could be Operation Bring Back Boris. Well, that's not really happening anymore, and with the rise of the cost of living and taxation and everything else that we're having, this is going to be completely hitting every single one of us. And I'm not the only one. Millions of people who not only voted for Brexit, but even those who didn't vote for Brexit, but accepted the result and now want Britain to be better, they're all outraged. Rightly so. One of them is David Jones, a Conservative MP, a former ally of Prime Minister himself, who's come out to criticise this new policy. And it's very, very robust, actually. He has said that, well, the whole thing is deeply unconservative. He's absolutely right. He says that there was quite a lot of concern held at the Prime Minister over the push to net zero and the impact that these green policies are having upon standards of living. Spot on. The impression I get, he says, is that there's going to be a very significant amount of churn in the establishment at number 10 very, very shortly. I think there's going to be a lot of bloodletting, and I very much hope that we'll see less of this stuff. Sure. Craig McKinley, another Tory MP, came out to say, well, net zero will take this government down. I can tell you that. Because net zero, the impact it's going to be having, all these extreme policies that will, as I said, increase the cost of living, it will make things more restrictive for everyday life, for business, for jobs, and for, generally speaking, especially when it comes to energy prices. All that for an irrational objective that's not even reasonable. It's so rushed and it's so dangerous that we just have to obey. So this is why I made this video. This is why the Prime Minister will be in more trouble, more than cake. I don't care about cake. I don't care about suitcase of booze. I don't care about any of that. I care about the overall leadership and policy and the direction of the country, which the whole thing is included. It's all in the same package. But if he really wants to save his job, which is getting more difficult every single day, then he needs to sort out this issue. Because if he's going to be pushed around by the Green lobby all the time and big corporations, then this is not the Conservative government that we voted for. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and we're going to come back with a lot more updates throughout the day. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.